Today we're looking at the Xiaomi outdoor camera AW200. As you can see, it's pretty small in comparison to my hand. This is basically all it is, and it comes with a USB-C to USB-A cable. This enables it to run on very low power of just 5 volts and 1 amp. So you could effectively run this off a power bank, or during the day with a lot of sun, quite a small solar panel. As you can see, the box is a nice retail packaging. On the side, it basically explains that it does 1080p high definition. As you'll see later, the quality is pretty excellent for such a small camera. Ultra low light color mode, IP65 waterproof, meaning you can use it outside. f1.6 aperture, AI human detection, so the camera is able of detecting movement and also humans in the photo, so it could ignore your pets and alert you when there is human movement in the view of the camera. It has two-way intercom, meaning you can talk from the app on your phone to a person in front of the camera and they can hear you and you can hear them. Of course, the Xiaomi security chip, which is their fancy way of calling their technology inside the camera, and H.265 video codec, which basically makes recording a lot easier and a lot smaller, thereby giving you more space on the SD card, which you can insert underneath the camera. The camera itself can be configured in a standing configuration, or it can be configured for a wall configuration, as you can see, like that. And it has a case which you can basically put on a wall, giving you a much easier sort of view for outside. Keep in mind, it does need to be plugged into a USB port to be used all the time. In the box, you'll also get a pack of screws so that you can easily hang it up on a wall, inside or outside. So what I can do is demonstrate the use of the camera with a power bank. I've got quite a small power bank here, which is rated at just 6,000 mAh. And you can see there's an output there of 5 volt, 2.1 amp. There's also a 5 volt and 1 amp, so you could use either of those to power the camera. I found this camera of 6,000 mAh would not last more than a couple hours, so if you're looking at running it during the day, you would probably need a power bank of a much larger size and a solar panel to perhaps power the power bank 24/7. Alternatively, the cable is quite long, so you could run it to a point where an extra length USB cable can keep it powered all the time. You can see here, if you just plug in the power bank into the 5 volt 1 amp port, you plug it in and the power bank is switched on. You can see the lights on the power bank are now on and the camera is booting up. This camera has already been installed. The install process was very simple. You need the Xiaomi Home app installed on your phone, and you just follow 3 or 4 steps and the camera will be easily installed. There is a QR code on the back which you use during the installation. One thing we found is make sure your app is using a South African server if you're based in South Africa. Otherwise, I was on the Chinese server and it wouldn't find the product. The minute I changed to the South African server within the app, it then found the camera and installed it pretty quickly. The camera also has its own voice system, which basically speaks in English and Chinese. So don't be alerted if you hear the Chinese immediately. There is English as well. So this is just a bit of a demo of what the app is capable of. You'll see on the screen here is the Xiaomi Home app. So we open the Xiaomi Home app and then we go straight into the app. Mine's already installed. The install process is very simple. It took only maybe 3 or 4 steps. So going into the app, you'll see it loads. My camera has been placed outside to show the best view. You can see my driveway there. You see there are options of surveillance, playback, storage, and time-lapse. Surveillance is basically what it is, surveillance. You'll see recordings of what it's captured, such as there today at 10:49 it captured some motion detection. Then you've got playback, more of a history of playbacks if you have a history with a card. Then you've got storage management to manage your cloud storage, local storage, SD card storage. Note the cloud storage does have options of 30-day or 7-day storage. They charge in rands. It's basically just checking here if we can see how much it costs. Yeah, there's a 50 Rand a month one and a 64 Rand 99 a month. 2 options to choose from. Then you'll see there is settings. So image settings, timestamp, lens distortion, correction, smart frame, rotation, so just your basics, your night vision settings, which can have automatic, off and on, sleep mode, which you can enter times to make the camera sleep in order to save power, status light, which is the light on the camera to show if the camera is on or off. Sometimes you may want it off, your choice. Manage storage as before, explained already. Personalized voice broadcast. This is interesting in that you can make the camera warn people when they are in front of it with your own voice or your own words. Home secure is exactly that, cloud, which we were just in. Device name, manage location, which is the locations that you choose within the Mi Home app. Share device, if you want to share the device with other phones. Automation is when you want to set it up with certain smart scenarios, such as if there's motion, then it will do some sort of an alert. Obviously helping feedback, additional settings, which are just a few more additional things like security settings using a password on the app, and so on and so forth. So very much basics to this camera, but giving you all you really need as such. You can see there you can zoom in. The zoom in quality is not the best, but nonetheless you are zooming in. It is better to be used as not zoomed in. So basically the camera will give you alerts according to if a person works in front of it. So just giving you an example of an alert, I'm going to walk past the camera now and it should give us an alert at the top of the screen. You'll see there the alert has lit up there, and you can see there the person detected. So if you click on that and it loads, you'll see the exact movement that happened. So my final say on this camera is it's an entry-level camera. It's great for someone who doesn't like to fiddle with a lot of settings, for entry-level use, for someone who doesn't want to spend a lot on expensive cameras. It gives you the features you need. Most of the time you don't need the fancy different features that these cameras do have. It can take an SD card, or it can record to the cloud, which is one of the safest. And obviously it does alert you to any movement happening outside or inside, which is basically your own personal alarm system, which will alert you on your phone. I would give this camera a 7 out of 10, just because it's entry level. I'd push it to maybe 7.5 out of 10. It's a great camera nonetheless, and for a limited time period we are selling the camera with a 64 gig SD card just to get you started and upfront. So if you order now on our website, you will get the deal as it is. We will soon have our solar power bank 20,000 mAh for sale, so you will be able to plug it into that solar power bank and charge it. So keep an eye on our channel and our website and our socials, and we'll alert you when it's ready.